Are we rolling? Or okay, we're rolling. Don't stalk those people. They're good people. Friend them and get to me. What was it like growing up with what? With Bob? It was fucking awesome. It was the change that my family needed, but it didn't work out that way. Bob brought to the table a different. His family comes from dubious backgrounds too, higher echelon shit. And so what he brought was a whole mess of class and a whole different style of shit. He was like Donnie Brasco, exactly. He brought, you can, but he was. I mean, he was an entrepreneur. He brought class, panache, and a certain amount of street ethic that he learned in the South, like Florida or whatever. And underworldy shit mixed in with police activity. Shit like that. What he brought to my family was fucking great because the summertimes rocked. I think of Will Smith's Summertime, and I think about him and, oh shit, here's a swimming pool. Oh shit, here's a hot tub. Oh shit, here's some people to play with. You like music? And I think of like weekly runs to the city in Brooklyn and places like that to go get swag to sell down here. That was just he was just a kid when he was doing that. That was young Bob. And yeah, my sister too, just selling ultra great swag from the city is what it was. And it brought even, what is it, like 275 miles or something? It's something like that far away. And it brought a whole nother, the shit that goes on only 200 miles away, you wouldn't believe. In the 90s, especially. And it elevated, but I wasn't able to see all of it because I had to go do other things, but it elevated. And it was fucking awesome. I think of barbecues. I think of the smell of a barbecue, the relief of a fucking blue pool, a blue cool pool to swim in your backyard for once. And he was a top chef. I mean, he was just a fucking amazing chef. I think of that. I think of good food. Because I didn't eat. My family was all busted up then. We just didn't eat. My sister still lived in the house, but it was like she had a different household, and I was constantly up in her house because her house was doing better than mine was. It was her and Bob's house above mine. It got to that level where my sister, who lived in the attic, had a better. Yeah, it was obvious they started to make money, and if you went down below, you would see utter poverty. Pretty much, well, at least on my level of the floor. If you go down and see my father's shit, it was great. I miss that. If I could do life all over again, I would go back to those days. And I probably wouldn't have done music. I would have followed them into what they were doing. Yeah, every summer, when I think about them, I think about every summer sucking without them. There's nothing like. I'm surprised he didn't get fucking fireworks and set them off. You know what I mean? Because that was the kind of shit. I mean, we were living next to a top money drug dealer too, in the underworld and with the police and at that time, and it was cool. It was fun. It was definitely the time to be alive. Like if that shit was going on now, I'd be so fucking stoked. Even though I was just a 20-year-old kid, I thought I was on top of the world. Literally, I really did. I had my music career. I had my family doing dubious shit, and I had to learn to live without my mother, and that was fucked up. It was fucking amazing, though. I keep trying to correlate all those feelings into one song or one book or one poem, and it's just impossible. I think about it forever. It was just like it doesn't sound like shit now, but like I could be living in my apartment in the middle of them, and it being freezing fucking cold where the toilet bowls froze. We couldn't maintain it, and I was the youngest, so I had to deal with it. But you can go upstairs and you can get warmth, coffee, biscotti, fucking internet in 1997 in a snowstorm, and you can get on the internet and learn how to become a better band and shit. And it was just there was carpeting in my sister's apartment. Like, me and my sister didn't grow up with carpeting. To my sister, it was all about white carpeting, pillars out front of your house, and fucking and nice things. And that's and white Pomeranian dogs and Cadillacs, Fleetwoods. It is about that to some degree. Totally.